In this video, I will show you how to perform basic calculation in your queries. So we're gonna open again our room assignment table in our design view for our query. And we're gonna add the field that we wanna work with. So for this, I'm just gonna add all the fields in the table by double clicking on them. And what I want to calculate is the length of the stay based on the check-in date and checkout date. So for that, we're going to use a function and we're going to type it out in our field. So the function is called dateDiff for date difference. I wrote the correct syntax in big so you can look at it. The DD is for because we want the difference in days, and it's gonna do the difference between the check-in date and the checkout date. So you can write that in the field. For this function to work, it's really important that the field type is the good one. So this one should be date, and then we're gonna give an alias to that field. We're going to call it length of stay, and that's the name that's going to appear in the query. So we're going to run that query, and as you can see, we have a new column that's called length of stay, and it shows how many days a certain guest is going to stay. And we can also sort our query by descending, so the longer stay is going to be at the top. For this next demonstration, we will add all our tables from the room database. So the room, the guests, and the room assignment. And we're going to connect the primary key in each table like we did in the previous video. So room number in one table with room number in the other. And then we're going to do the same with the guest ID from the guest table and the room assignment. So once that's done, I've deleted all the fields, and I'm just going to add the fields that are relevant to this next query I'm going to do. So guest ID, last name, room ID, and so on and so forth. And we're going to do the same length of stay. We're going to add that with the dateDiff function and call it again length of stay. But we're also gonna add a new field that is going to be the cost of the stay. That is going to be calculated based on the room rate and the length of the stay. So our field is going to be again dateDiff, and for the date difference, but we're going to multiply that by the room rate. And the alias for this is going to be cost of stay. And we can run the query, and we now have the cost of the stay for every guest ID.